In an interview with Yahoo Sports, Jeremy Lin said he feels he has to justify his contract and his heritage. Quote, I was a little surprised, but I wasn't shocked. I honestly feel it's part of the underlying issue of race in American society, of being an Asian American. I haven't figured it out. I haven't wrapped my head around it, but it's something I'm thinking about. I've always been a target. Everyone looks at me and says, I'm not going to let that Asian kid embarrass me. I'm going to go at him. That's how it's been my whole life. This has been different, though. Now I was on the scouting report. People started to pay attention to what I could do and what I couldn't do. But a target, I was not used to that. I'm not saying I get everyone's best shot, but I would say people don't want to be embarrassed by me because of my skin color. I want to know, I'll start with you first, Rob. Do you agree or disagree?
I think race does play a factor in the Jeremy Lin situation because you know what? Race also played a part of it for why Jeremy Lin was on the cover of Sports Illustrated twice in 2 weeks when I don't think some of the greatest players who ever played sports were never on the cover because Sports Illustrated wanted to sell magazines. I get it. It's also the reason people looked at him as such an unusual story and why a kid from Harvard, an Asian kid, all of a sudden became this sensation because people looked at him and said, wow, this is unbelievable. I seriously doubt that if there was an undrafted black kid from Harvard who did the same exact thing, would have never been on Sports Illustrated's cover twice. It just wouldn't have happened.
I'm with you.
And this whole deal and contract, and Jeremy Lin has to understand, as an undrafted guy, for him to get that kind of money, $25 million after just playing 64 games in the NBA and 35 last year, people are going to come at you and question why you got paid the money that you got paid.
If that black kid, hypothetically from Harvard, came in early on and scored 38 against the Lakers, I think we'd raise our eyebrows. I mean, I think we'd be impressed.
Would he be on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
No.
But no way, no how, Skip.
Yeah,
and that was selling a magazine and putting it out there like that.
Sure.
And that was a part of him being Asian. And the deals that were coming through, they were like, he was supposedly going to get a Nike deal bigger than LeBron James. You know why? Because they looked at all the Asian kids over there and said they could sell sneakers. Sure. So he benefited from being Asian, so don't look at it and just say it's all negative by him being Asian.
Yeah. Stephen A., weigh in.
Well, first of all, to get fairness out of the way first, Jeremy Lin was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week after starting his first 4 games, averaging 27 and 8. Nobody called him a scrub. He obviously proved that he could play, and the fact that he was undrafted and was sent to the D-League on 3 separate occasions, it was a great story. People need to understand that when we say race, we're not talking racism all the time, okay? Sometimes when you talk about race, you're just talking about the dichotomy that exists in terms of treatment from one folk to another, the level of fairness or lack thereof. In this case, a Jeremy Lin. It's not so much about their exploits or the things that they accomplish. It's about the level of treatment they receive because of it in comparison to what those coming from the African-American community have received. And that's what all of this comes to. So I'm saying to you that when you look to today's world and you see a Jeremy Lin, you have guys who believe that they're just as good, if not better than him, that look at it and say, well, if I accomplished what he accomplished, but I did it over such a short period of time, would I have been celebrated like this? The answer to that is absolutely positively not. So because of that, it builds resentment. And then you get people coming at you to expose you, but not really it's about you. It's really about exposing the system that they believe contributes to keeping them down and not allowing them the level of notoriety that has been accorded to somebody else of a different ethnicity. And that's where the volatility comes into play, and it's inescapable, and it's always around. We try to ignore it and bypass it, but it's never going to work until people acknowledge that some folks are treated differently than others.